Hello everybody and welcome back. Jeff again coming to you with Mindcrack, Minecraft Vanilla Server. And in the off time, I spent many hours yesterday re-gearing up, you guys will all be happy to know. I got a Sharpness 4, Looting 3, Unbreaking 2 sword, Fortune 2, Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3 pick. I also have an Efficiency 3, Efficiency 3 Silk, or Unbreaking 3, Efficiency 3 Silk Touch pick that I made, as well as I actually, for the first time in this game, have a bunch of diamond armor, including some Depth Strider with protection, projectile protection, Unbreaking and protection 4, and protection 3, and respiration and Unbreaking. So I should be pretty set to go. I lost my shield, though, in the meantime, which is kind of crazy. Oh, I also made an ender chest for the first time over on this side of the world. Instead of today working on things going on with this tunnel, though, I need to take a journey. And I don't know how long the journey is going to take. So I just figure that you guys can come along for the ride of the journey. And what I'm going to do is I want to make a shield. Kind of the first thing that we're going to do when I come across some sheep or something. Because I've realized the shield is of great necessity when you are dealing with this game now. And because the skeletons are just crazy. But this journey is going to involve, I have a specific place in mind I need to get to. Well, not 100% specific place. I have a specific region I need to get to. How's that? And a couple things I need to look for along the way. This is all going to be hopefully a few episodes worth of a lot of fun. That's the goal. I'm going somewhere for a reason, and the reason is to try to make things a little bit exciting on the server and things like that. So hopefully I find exactly what it is that I'm looking for, and I believe the direction I have to go, if I looked at the map correctly on MindcrackLP.com, I believe it's this way generally. You know what I don't have is a boat. I can make one of those really quick though. Yeah, I don't have a boat, so let's make a boat, because obviously I wasn't paying attention to the fact that there's a bunch of water that is involved in this trek. So I got my boat and we are gonna move on. So while we're on the way out there, this is crazy, and it happens to me all the time. So at my hospital, most of the doors that we have to go through are badge reader doors. Like, you don't want random people getting into certain types of patient care areas, especially like the emergency department, things like that, because you don't want just random people walking around the emergency department. You want it to be for like the patients, the families. You have to have a reason to be there. There's a lot of, I'm going to go through this gate. There's a lot of reasoning behind that. Some of it being, if somebody's in the emergency department because they got in a fight or something like that, people might come into the emergency department to try to finish the job. It's been, known to happen. I was going to go in there. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was that? Oh, what is this? How's my respiration work? Oh, man, I'm going to be able to swim forever with this thing. That's awesome. And the Depth Strider makes it so nice. Oh, that's just cool. I like the way that setup is. It's unfortunate to me that, that was weird. Oh, I guess the Depth Strider was actually, like, keeping me down, which is weird. It's so nice to glide smoothly through the water, though, as opposed to having to do anything else. Ah, that's better. Okay, I think this way is the way I need to go. I'm not 100% sure. And if I don't get to the exact destination, that's fine. Here's a sheep. I don't necessarily want this particular sheep. I want a shield with some color and some pizzazz. But I don't have any more wool, so we're just going to walk this way for a little while. But basically, there's on all the doors, there's badge readers. So you have to swipe in, and the door will open for you. And in most hospitals, the doors are automatic as well. It's really weird because they always have these silver plates on the wall, and they don't want you, even on doors that don't require a badge reader, they don't want people just opening the doors. They claim it breaks the doors because they have that automated mechanism in them as well. So essentially, it's like you got to be able to hit a button and open a door so that the door's open for you. You can get stretchers and wheelchairs and things like that through there. It's got to be like handicapped accessible, as well as, you know, I can't push a stretcher and open a door at the same time. I know you see in all those old movies, you know, the nurse team and the doctor team running straight on through with a stretcher that bangs into the doors and the doors fly open. hey, yeah, that looks cool on TV, but you know how much of a pain in the ass that would be in the real world if all the doors you had to like slam through them to actually get somewhere? That would suck. And I wouldn't want to do it. I think that's the portal we came in here on originally, because we had misjudged the Nether. Right there by a fortress as well, or an underwater temple, I mean. That's interesting. So you can't, they don't want you actually pushing doors open, even the ones that don't have badge readers, because they have the automated mechanisms in them, and they claim it breaks them if you keep pushing them open. So most of the doors, when they are badge reader doors, you don't have to use the badge reader and then hit the button. You use the badge reader, and the badge reader like basically sends a signal to the door that tells the door to open up. So you swipe it and you wait for the door to open. Now, some of the doors in the hospital, like the one that goes into my building where my office is at, is the absolute slowest door I've ever encountered in my life. You have to hit the button and you wait, and the door just slowly starts to like open, and you end up getting like this big backup at this door because there's a bunch of people just like standing there waiting for the door to open, and we all just look at each other every time we do it. We know it's going to be there, we know how slow it is, we know it's going to back everybody up, and we all just stop and stare at each other while we're waiting with that look of, oh god, here we go again. Because granted, it's only adding 2 seconds to my day. It's 2 seconds every time we walk in and out of that door, and that can add up over time. If you add up over a year how many times I've wasted that 2 seconds to like sit there, you'd probably be like, Jeff, we shouldn't pay you for this week because all you were doing that part of the week was standing by the door. Like that's what it's gonna be. But I can deal with that door a little bit more because I know that I sort of know, I should say. Let me preface this, but when I hit the button on the door, in theory, this door should open up. If it doesn't, there's something wrong with the door. I have the weirdest problem, and I've had it basically ever since I've started at the hospital. It's so crazy that there's certain doors, it's many of the doors in the hospital, but there's certain ones specifically. I'm going to go search this cave. Hi, little fella. I hate you. There's certain doors specifically, like I know that it will happen every single time. One of them is the door, it's the entrance to the emergency department from the back hallway that I walk in there on. It's not the front entrance, it's the back entrance to the emergency department, essentially. And I know that I will swipe my badge, it will beep, give me the little green light, and the door won't open. And I have to swipe my badge again for it to let me in. And I don't mean that this happens occasionally. I don't know the last time it opened up for me the first time that I swiped my badge. Now, it's funny, I assumed that it was just a malfunctioning door and it did this for everybody. But I constantly watch people walk through the door, swipe their badge just once, and it opens right on up for them. Like, there's absolutely no problem. I don't quite understand why my particular badge would always take a double swipe. Like, I mean, it's to the point where I swipe it and I hold it up on the, I hold it in this spot that the badge reader is, because if you hold it there long enough, it'll actually swipe again. So you just hold it there and it goes beep, and like once the system resets, it goes beep, and it like turns green a second time. And I just hold it there until the second beep because I know it's what it's going to take until the door actually opens up for me. But I noticed that it doesn't happen to other people. They seamlessly get in every single time. No issues. They just get right on in that freaking door. And I'm always just like, what is, like, I don't understand what's going on with my badge. So I assumed it was a badge issue for a long time. Well, I've gotten new badges since I've worked at the hospital because at one point they did a badge. They used to not give out new badges. They would just give you an overlay if you like change jobs or something like that. They would basically something that just, you can stick around on the top of your badge. That's a new, your new title and all that stuff. Now, I don't know. They got rid of it, and I'm not sure if they got rid of it because of the fact that they realized it was easy. I could take an overlay of myself because I had multiple overlays because for one, I switched jobs a couple times within the hospital system. So it was always the same badge, and I had like four overlays stacked on top of each other at one point. And I easily could have just taken one of those overlays off and gone to throw it on somebody else's badge that I got a hold of and have access to areas I shouldn't. I don't know if that's why they got rid of it, but they don't do the overlays anymore, thank God. My hospital does have a weird policy though, and this baffles me. I don't understand it for the life of me, but they have this policy that if you have a picture in the system, it doesn't matter how old it is, you are not allowed to get a new picture taken for your badge. You have to keep that picture. And it's weird because we actually, and I'm not exaggerating on this, we have people who worked at the hospital for 35 years who still have their picture in the system, not quite from 35 years ago because they didn't do the digital pictures back at that point, but from like 15 years ago. It's the same picture from when they started doing the digital photography in the system that they are currently using. And I don't understand how that's something that they actually want to be that way, because that's one of those things. It's like, wouldn't you want you have a picture on your badge so that you know who somebody is, so that you can actually figure out if they're the person that they're claiming to be, essentially. Like if I walked in with a badge that had a name on it that was like Marjorie, you'd probably look at me funny at first and be like, you're probably not a Marjorie. You don't look like you have the required, equipment to be a Marjorie. However, I could have a name Marjorie just because my parents would name me something that it would be typically a female name, but name a male, that it could be legitimate. And if you looked at my badge and saw that it was my picture on there, you might kind of go, oh, that's interesting. This really is this guy. However, if you looked at my badge and it was my picture, but it was my picture from 15 years ago, you might not recognize me. Like, who knows? Maybe I had super long hair when the picture was taken, and I looked like a chick. So now that you're looking at me, this dude with a chick's name badge on, it looks like, and a person in the picture, somebody with really long hair, and you're gonna think that that's like, from 15 years ago. So it's not even like you can just look and be like, oh yeah, I see that's the same person, because some people change over time. That was a tangent story on that one. But so I don't understand why they do that, but I was one of the only people at my hospital who got somebody, and I caught the right person at just the right time, but I caught somebody to actually give me a new badge picture, because the very first badge picture I took, it was weird. Their digital camera was down, so they were using like a computer web camera, because they normally have this like fancier camera to make sure the pictures are clear and good quality. But they were using like this webcam, like this old school webcam, and it was really grainy and took really horrible pictures. And she literally, because it was above where the other picture or the other camera was at, she wanted me to look down, like tilt my head down, but like tip my eyes toward the camera. So it looked like I'm looking down and like looking up with this like inquisitive look at the camera. And when the picture came out, it made me look like a child molester. Like, I swear to God, I wish I still had that badge, because people used to like pull my overlay back and look at it and laugh, because I looked like a creepy child molester. One of those things where if I were to ever go to jail for something, that would be the photo that they would go through and dig up and get, because they'd be like, oh my God, look at this guy. He looks so psycho. How did nobody realize this guy was a nut job in the first place? It was that bad of one of those photos. And I wonder if I actually have sent a copy of that to myself at one point, because it was so ridiculous. I'll have to look and see if I can find it. I doubt it, but I will look and see if I can find it. So I actually, and it wasn't the normal person, because there's one person who normally does all the badge taking and stuff, like that's her job, and she happened to be out sick, and I went and asked the person who was taking care of her job for the day, and she was like, the policy here is nobody gets a new photo taken. And I looked at her and I just said, I legitimately don't feel I can adequately do my job if people look at my badge and think that I'm a child molester. And she goes, what? And I showed her my badge, and I like pulled it off my little thing that I have one of those little those bands, so I can easily like scan that. I don't know what are they, the retractor bands or whatever they are for the badges. And she started cracking up because I was dead on, and she goes, oh my God, sit back down, and she took a picture for me and replaced the one in the system. So I'm one of the few people who was able to get one retaken, and it was because I asked a different person than normal. And had a valid reasoning that I really didn't think that I could adequately perform my duties, because I think people would just be freaked out. You know, people, if some dude who looked like a crazy child molester came to take care of me, I'm a little weary on if they're going to be the person I really want, because were you dancing there, Zombie? That was awesome. Oh yeah, they're dancing with each other. Woo woo. So, anyways, new badges. It's real. Our whole badge office is so weird too, because they take a lunch, or the one lady who does the badges, she takes a lunch, and you can't go get your badges between the hours of like 11 and 1:30 or something like that. It's like a 3-hour lunch that she takes. I don't need that thing. There are so many noises here. It's like a 3-hour lunch that she takes or something like that. I know that doesn't add up to 3 hours. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it's an extensive lunch, especially for, you know, a time frame. You're going to have a lot of people coming to the badge office at that time, in my opinion, because other people who have like different, because we have a lot of, you know, clinics and stuff in the hospital. And where are you guys? And a lot of the clinics run normal business hours, and they're, you know, closed for lunch, or they leave lunch blocked off so that, you know, they can, you know, take care of the clients that they currently have in there. And they're going to be their employees, if they need to get like their badges replaced or something in the badge office, that's exactly the time that they're going to want to go over there, is because that's when they're not busy working. So I don't know why they allow a department like that to be off at the time frame that you would think would be the most convenient for everybody else. Like, that's why I actually don't like, you know, places that close for lunch and normal business hours in general. There are so many enemies here. I want to get into this, like, wherever this cave is. It's definitely to the right. Ah, I was so close to it a minute ago. Whoa, hi buddy. Oh god, I don't like this guy. I need to like dual wield or something, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. There we go. Take it, baby. Yeah. I got this. Oh man, this thing looks... Oh, it's an abandoned mine shaft. Okay. Oh, this looks evil and scary for sure. For sure it looks evil and scary. So back to the original story that I was going with, besides this whole, like, you know, closing their business hours, because, you know, that's what people need to do stuff. Don't close. Keep your business open. You'll get more business. You'll help more people out. I've never understood, like, businesses that work like that, but I mean, most of them do, which is so weird to me. Like the doctor's office. Why the hell should a doctor's office have business hours that are like, you can make an appointment between 8 and 4? Well, that's when everybody freaking works. Make your doctor's office open like as odd times. We open at noon and we close at 10 p.m. You know, I'm sorry that you don't necessarily want to do that, doctor, and you're the one that I need to see, but you should be catering toward your clients. And granted, most doctor's offices do have like a night where they have late days, but if you want to get an appointment on that night where they have the late night, you freaking better be sitting there and have 3 or 4 months to spare before you can get an appointment on that day. But I digress into some other story. So where I was going with this whole thing is, I have to keep double badging to get into doors, and it's really annoying. And I, for the life of me, can't figure out exactly, like, why it's happening. I don't understand. Is it a problem? Whoa, 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 Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Okay, 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 okay. This is just bad on so many levels. Are you freaking serious? I have all that stuff. All that stuff. Okay. I don't actually quite know how that creeper blast blew me up, because I still had a decent amount of my hearts and I had some pretty sick armor that I can't imagine why the one creeper blast. That's the only reason I didn't try to, like, tunnel out of there, because I was really thinking about trying to tunnel out of there, but I thought just by swinging I would eventually start killing them. For some reason, I didn't kill a single one of those guys, and I don't quite know how that worked out like that, but I died, and we're going to actually go try to recover that stuff, because in theory, I know the general vicinity I walked to get to all this stuff. I just need to go get some supplies and get back over there, so it's possible. So while I'm gathering some supplies to get back over there, the whole double badging on the door thing, it gets really strange because not only do I have to double badge on the doors, but for some odd reason, the doors that have a physical button on them, especially the one in front of my office, that's why I was digressing earlier with what I was actually talking about with it, it doesn't work right either. I hit the button. I literally hit the button. And it stops. Or the door doesn't open, I mean. The door, nothing happens. Well, give me that. Nothing happens when I hit the button. I have to physically hit a button twice. This has nothing to do with a badge read. I know that I'm hitting the button all the way. I'm watching other people walk through and hit the button absolutely fine and not having any problems whatsoever. I don't understand what it is. So not only can I not actually get in the doors that require a badge, but for some reason, I don't physically understand how to press a button right, apparently, because I just am, you know, a moron or something. It gets really annoying at work when I walk into some of these doors, and sometimes actually, like, literally walking into some of these doors because I don't stop in time because I assume that the door is going to open and it does not open up, and I walk into it. But some of the badgers, I'm gonna have to bring like zombie flesh to get me through to try to get over there, because I don't have any other food, do I? I'll take a water bucket. I got 4 loaves of bread. I'm gonna make 3 more loaves of bread. Okay, this should be hopefully fine to get us to where we were at. How did I get in that cave? What was that cave like? What was that cave like? I need a boat. I need a couple boats. I'm trying to picture the entrance to this cave now, and I can't. I don't quite understand why I can't picture it. Either way, I am going to try to run over there as quickly as I can and bring you guys back in when I get somewhat close, and we're going to see if we can go get this stuff back. Okay, guys, I'm closing back in on the spot. I wanted to get the recording going now because I am not sure if I'm going to make it there. I shouldn't be loaded yet. I got past this. There's that temple. And yeah, this is definitely that temple. There's a well straight up here somewhere. I didn't even realize it was open. Straight up here somewhere there's a well, and shortly to the side of the well is where this cave was that I was massacred in. So hopefully I can make this thing happen. I just need to find this well. I remember that floaty thing. I somewhat... Ooh, wow, that kind of hurt. I somewhat remember this lava pool, but I wasn't really paying much attention to it because I just kind of went right on by it. So I hope, beyond hope, that this well is like right up here. Please. There's the well. There's the well. Okay. Okay. Here we go. This is for the money, baby. For the money. So it's like I went through this thing, and then shortly up here, the chunk is probably loaded now. Was this it? Obviously not. How close to this well was it? this it? Nope, that's not it. Oh, God. I could have sworn it was like right here. Let me back up to a safe distance and watch the footage and see, because if I can't get back in the cave entrance, I just need to back up to a spot where hopefully this chunk is not loaded. Or is this it? That's not it either. Okay. Okay. Pending this thing didn't twist and turn all the way over here, I probably am not loaded in the chunk right now. So hang tight, folks. I'm going to be back with you. Guys, I think I'm screwed. It was a different well. That's the well. That was another well I found up forward more. So I've probably been sitting in the area with this chunk loaded the entire time. Which means that it's like right up here somewhere is this hole that I'm trying to get down into. And I don't see it anywhere. I hear bad stuff. It was not that. Guys, I think I failed. I think I have miserably failed at the mission of reobtaining my stuff. I'm going to sleep really quick. There's that well in the distance, which was not the same well. I think I left that. Oh, no, it's there. Oh, man, this is brutal. Yeah, can you believe it? It's this well. And there just happened to be another one. Oh, God. Okay, hang tight. Adequately do my job if people look at my badge and think that I'm a child molester. And she goes, what? And I showed her my badge, and I like, pulled it off my little thing that I have one of those little those bands, so I can easily like scan that. I don't know what are they, the retractor bands or whatever they are for the badges. And she started cracking up because I was dead on. And she started cracking up because I was dead on. And she goes, oh my God, sit back down, sit back down. And she took a picture for me and replaced the one in the system. So I'm one of the few people who was able to get one retaken. And it was because I asked a different person than normal and had a valid reasoning that I really didn't think that I could adequately perform my... Okay, guys, I'll tell you where it should be. Like I said, I don't think we're going to have much luck anymore. I gotta eat stupid zombie flesh. Oh, this is extremely annoying. So I kind of went around this mountain. Came up here. This is it. This is it. There's still zombie flesh there. So actually, things have not completely despawned. And I was in here. Follow the torch path. It's right here. He's got my stuff on. So it may not have despawned, but he's giving me a chunk of it back. He didn't wear it all. Hey, I got a decent chunk of it back. I lost my picks and stuff, but wow. I am surprised, and I have no way out of here. I have no pick. No, I have a pick. Quick, get... Whoa, hi, buddy. I just need to get some blocks to get out to safety. I wonder why that zombie flesh was still sitting there at the surface. I mean, oh, I guess he could have died throughout the night. Okay, that would explain that. Okay. Okay, so I didn't lose everything. That's a good thing. Everything's not gone, but a big chunk is. Anyways, guys, I gotta end this episode here. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys next time.